Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Correct.
Huh? It's a house!
5 brain cells, 4 aren't working.
Come on, man. What's wrong with you?
Did you hear what I said? There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
What's going on, freakazoids? How's it going? Alright. Hey, I'm supposed to be on Ashley Banfield tonight, you guys. You'll have to go check it out. Yeah, this is going to be my live stream for today, like earlier, and then I might do one later tonight, but I guess we got the information first for once. I mean, I think it's out there. Somebody else has it, but I put it out. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll go over the that footage, and there's actually other footage too. You know, so we got the whole damn, pretty much everything. Even when it showed up at 9:13 in the morning on the, you know, just over there by the A&W. There's no other footage from that. It'd be cool to have Linda Lane 1320 at around like 9:15 or so, and then also 1112 King Road, 1112 King Road at you know, something between 9:15 and 9:40, 9:30 really. All right, so you know, we're doing the show right now. So if you have the ability to help support the channel, this is the time to do it. We're doing an earlier show. If you want to become a channel member, awesome. If you want to gift channel memberships, that'd be cool too. All right. That's crazy, isn't that? This is like earlier in the day. I mean, it does kind of look like there's issues with his hand there, you know. I don't know. It's pretty strange. It could just be the shadowing, but all right, so here it is. This is, I think that was the first footage that they released, I believe. Seemed like they would have put the one where he was parking. 33, yeah, and that's 36, so they didn't do that. This is 1233 here. Alright, so I think that entrance is the one, probably just right over here, I would think. Like probably, you know, one of these doors right here. Maybe that one. They have like a wall. I don't know if that's exactly where that was. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like one of these right back there. But then I don't see all those. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter. He's in one of the, he came out of the entrance there. And after, you know, it says right here at 12:34:57, there's got to be other camera footage that they didn't have. Although I think maybe we are looking at that. This says 1234, 1234, so maybe these cameras were off a little bit. I'd have to pull up that document. Thanks, Nate Campbell. Apparently you were the only one that heard what I said. Thank you. So here he comes in, and I've already animated this just to make it easier. You know, you just ride on him. Yeah, he kind of puts his hand in his pocket, the left hand that has the Band-Aid on it. I don't know if he did that. And there he goes. And you can see him outside right there, walking around. On the other parts where it's hard to see, I'll definitely zoom in. We don't know what he's saying to the door person. How would we know that? There's no microphone. He probably said, hey, I'm trying to come in to buy a drink. Well, you have to have a card. Oh, so I need a card to come in here? What if I just want to get a drink? You know, where I come from in Pennsylvania, we don't have Costco's, so I thought I could just come in and buy a drink. No, sir, you need to have a card. Okay, see you later. Oh, that's not the same shirt, right? I mean, that's a white one. I mean, maybe it's just the lighting. Could be. All right, you guys, we're at $2, and then we also have 1 new membership. So if you guys are out there, you know, it takes a long time to get these documents, and it costs money to purchase them. So if you have the ability to help support the channel, thank you. So there it is right there. There is the Elantra leaving. And so this camera obviously is, you know, something like, I don't know, 4 frames, maybe 10 frames a second or something. And you can see it driving down the road, and it's turning right there. See it? That's still it right there. And so what that was doing on the Costco footage was it came out. So that must be over here then, now that I think about it. That must be this entrance, way over on this side. Like one of these. And then, because he gets in his car and he basically drives right by there really quickly. I guess we can't really tell. He may have come from way over there. That's where they said he parked, was way back there. But anyways, that camera is showing him leaving right here. And he drove up that road. So what we're looking at is from above. He drove out, turned right, and then he headed up this direction. And that takes you right over to the Kate's Cup of Joe right here. See that? And I'll just move it forward. He's already out of sight. And this is Kate's Cup of Joe. He's going to come in. The vehicle should come down the road like this, unless he's already there. Yeah, I guess he was already kind of over in that area. Let's see, how would that have worked? Huh, I wonder if he did go through this parking lot over here. I mean, he drove up here, but, you know, maybe he went like this and then out over here, because why, you know, we don't see him. He should be driving up there a little bit. You know, like that's a road right here, and then turning right into there, but he seems to have come across from the other direction. All right, you guys, we're still at $2 and still at 1 membership, you guys. This channel relies on you guys. And, you know, we spent a lot of time doing this for you guys. So if you guys could help support the channel, that would be awesome. Sucks having to ask so many times. So there goes the Elantra in here, but it's weird how it came from sort of over there across the street, which would be the... Thanks, Alley Cake. And this is the Walmart over here. So did he drive through there and then go, ooh, look, there's a coffee shop. Right? So there he is. Right there. Yeah, obviously, nobody knows what was said. I was just making it up. It was kind of a dumb question. But it was a kind of, I mean, how do we know what he said? There's no audio. You know, I just was saying this is probably what was said. I mean, it's not a dumb question. It's just, how would we know the answer to it? You know, you saw what I just saw. All right, so it's going off the edge of the screen, but look at it, and then he stops right there in the chef's store parking lot. He's really just kind of slowly, that's still the back of his vehicle right there. I don't know if he's waiting for somebody in front of him. I mean, I guess we could tell if a car goes right out in front of him here. So there's that one. Maybe that car was in front of him. Or that one. And he does pull out here. Right there. So now he's taking off and he's heading over to Albertsons. So what he just did right there was he drove into... Let me get a better satellite. I don't like that. I guess that's it. Anyways, there's Kate's Cup of Joe. He drove through this. Did a U-turn around like this. And I even have it right there, the U-turn. And goes here and stops for a moment. Makes his way to this road right here, which is Port Drive. And then he heads this direction. And then he makes his way down to the Albertsons and he pulls into this drive here and then drives by the camera and parks almost exactly where I've had it parked this whole time. I mean, it might be one of these stalls here. Thanks, Mushy Mystic. Oh, that's interesting. I think you can still see him over there. Let's see. That might be him right there, that white vehicle. Let's see. Could you see the other ones though? I don't know, maybe that one stuck out because it was white. Don't know. Alright, then we're over here. And let's see. Let's see if we can just find that spot. I think it's right in front here. And I think we've seen the camera. It might be this one right there. And I'm pretty sure... Let's see, it's got the little basket. So it's this one right here. So there was 2 cameras here. There's another one. Where was that other one? I don't know if it's in this image, but I think that's that spot. Right? I don't know. Let me look around again. Just a couple more. Is it this one? Maybe it's this one over here. Yeah, I think it's this one. All right, there we go. Now we have the crosswalk and that. So there we go. So that's the camera right there, right at the top of the T in Albertsons. It's filming the parking lot, and he parked. I mean, look where I had it, just based on what the probable cause said. I have him right over there. Just kind of like right in that area. Now, if we watch this, we'll see it's right over, right behind that car right there. I almost want to count just to see how close I was. That'd be crazy. But there he comes pulling in right there on the right. And then he kind of drives by this vehicle. Hey, thanks, K. Miller. Wow. There you go. I really appreciate that. And then he drives right over here behind this car. Very kind of you there, K. Miller. I thought this was going to be another one of those catastrophe shows. Well, geez, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do any of that. Oh, thank you. Look at that. 20 memberships for you guys out there. K. Miller. Very kind, very kind. Yeah, so it looks like it parks. Oh, and you can actually see him get out of the car there, interestingly. See right through there, the window of this car? Watch this. You see the pixels moving around right there, see? He's getting out of the vehicle. And then this is another camera, different one. He is right, I think he's right behind that car right there. This one. So that's the other camera that we were looking at. Thanks so much, K. Miller. Now, what about the rest of you guys, man? Man, you guys are letting me die here. All right, so we're going to go zoom in over here. That's the car. Okay, so let's back that up. This is the same moment in time, just a different camera. So this is the other camera that was... so we have that one right there, and then that camera that we're looking at now is this one. See that? So we have both of these cameras are filming. The first one was this one. The second one is that camera. Not that it matters. I'm just throwing it out there so you know what we're looking at. All right. And here we go. So it should be right behind this car right there. Man, thanks so much, K. Miller. That was very kind of you. So just kind of look at this vehicle. He's on the other side of that. I'm telling you guys, I missed my calling. I should be doing surveillance analysis. And there he is pulling in, you know. So he drove over there and he pulled in on the back side of this vehicle. That's not him over here. He's right on the other side of that car. And there he goes. He's walking right here. Has a light shirt color, but it's obviously that green, olive green looking one. So he's walking right over there currently. See that? And then he's going to make his way inside of Albertsons. God, what a weirdo. I mean, even that's weird looking, isn't it? I mean, just the way he's, the shirt and everything. It's crazy. There he is. Look at it. So I got that. Now he's inside, going to be coming in the store. So I'm sure you could time this all up. So let's go back to this one. This one is 12. Let's go right to the end here. Right when he turns, that is 12:49:25, and then he sort of goes in 12:49:26. Right there. So that's 12:49:26. So we could actually go right here, cut that part off. $12:49:26, and this is 12:49, and then 26. We'll go to right We'll go 1 frame over 26. Right there. So all this stuff there, he was not in there. So watch, we go like this. This is like the real time frame here. So you see him on the left walking in. And now he's going through the sort of the doors, and there he is. Boom. All right. So that's how you can put it all together like a movie. See, it's like a movie, Gray. It's not real. And there he goes, right there. See how that worked out? And now it looks like they're going to skip some time in here. So let's see, we're at 12:49, 50. Well, right when those people show up, they just sort of plop onto the screen. We know that they skipped time. So we'll figure out that amount of time here in a second. What happened there? Oh, it went past it. And then, boom. Wait, where the hell is it? It's over here. Oh, yeah. Somehow it's like 2 different clips in a row. All right, so that's 12:49, 50, and then 6 minutes later, he's, this is, they just sort of cut out the wasted time there because he's not even on camera. Then there he is right there. All right, so right now it's 12:50 and 2 seconds, and now it's 12:56 and 43 seconds. All right, so right after that, though, you see him. They should have probably added a little bit more to that because you see him right back there. Thank you, Rockin' Effin' Roll, for gifting the 5 memberships. I appreciate the people out there that support the channel, and if you're here and you can't afford to, hit that like button, share the video, etc. But the things that I do on this channel actually cost money. So if you guys have the ability to help support the channel and keep us chugging along, that would be awesome. So yeah, this is a self-checkout, now that I'm noticing it. He goes up, he puts the drink on the scanner, puts it down, then he's probably going to get out his wallet right there. He scans something in, probably his rewards card. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Now let's see if we can put a filter on here that looks better. You guys want me to do that? And they're putting together a pricing for me because I'm trying to get 1112 King Road. The hours and hours, going to cost hundreds of dollars. So, somebody was ordering all of that first, and then they pulled back their order. So now, then whoever orders it next has to pay the full price. Okay, right there. And then that one's pretty good. I'm just kind of looking at some of these, like that one. That one looks kind of weird. Let me try a different one. I'm gonna try like the techniques. How about that one? No. Enhancement. Maybe that one's better. So you kind of see him over there. He's just doing his own, buying his food, or the drink by himself. He bought a coffee drink. Kind of explains what he was doing, doesn't it? I mean, this is just something he was looking for a coffee. He's kind of a dumb person now, if you think about it. Like, what took him so long? I mean, he was just looking for a drink. He went to Costco to go get a coffee drink. Well, you're not able to get in here. Then he drives through Kate's Cup of Joe and doesn't get one. It's probably not even open, for God's sakes. And then he drives all the way to Albertsons and walks in and finally gets his little coffee drink. Except he drove right through the Walmart parking lot, it looks like. And There he is, puts his little drink in a bag. And isn't that amazing? He's walking around and he's killed 4 people like 8 hours earlier. It's just crazy, isn't it? And then, let's see if we can get this linked up here. So 58. That looks like that one's pretty good. 5804. One, 2, 3. Oh, they already did that. Sweet. And then right there, he's going out the door with the drink in his hand. And I think he walks down here and then he goes around. I'm not sure why he chose to go that way. It's just crazy. And then he's way over here behind that, or this vehicle here, I think. Yeah. So right here, he's right behind there and he just got into his car. Okay. Then this, let's see. So that would be right here. And he's going to back out or drive forward even and turn right. That's what he does. So there he is. And so that's interesting. Let's see, they talked about that. So this is 12:58:39 when he makes it to his car. But then he sits in his car for a while. He doesn't leave until, right now it's 1:04, so it's like 5 minutes. And he sort of paused there for a moment. Right here. All right, guys, if you're out there, if you have the ability to help support the channel, I would appreciate it. Thank you. All right. And exiting, and that's it, man. After he leaves there, we don't know where the hell he was for 5 hours. All right, so that's almost exactly where I had it, you guys. I mean, you got to admit, like, that's so close, right? And so then he drove out just like I have it. Came out here. Yeah, these aren't edited diagrams here. That just shows you how accurate we are on this channel compared to all the crazy people out there. All right. So it drives over here and then leaves. And then that's at 1:04-ish. And then we don't see the vehicle or even know anything about the vehicle until 5:32 to 5:36 p.m. when his phone pings near Johnson, Washington over here. So where the hell he went, don't know. No idea. Man, it's a tough crowd in here. I guess we just have to go out and get all this stuff for just, I mean, it's weird. It's just sort of, I don't know, man. Crazy, crazy. All right, so these are this is the new stuff that you guys haven't seen from earlier. All right, so look at this. This is Indian Hills Drive now. Man, this is the stuff I've been waiting for. Finally have it all. Pretty much. Thanks, Wild Bill Wassman. Yeah, so that's right here. These 3 houses. So it starts off with 787. Then, actually, this is the wrong. I don't think that one was supposed to be marked. Let me type in 763 Indian. Okay, that's this one. I don't know if that one. And then let me do 755. Okay, so that thing isn't even. I was always wondering, this one didn't make sense. It was like down a hill. But they're all like that. So it's this one over here. So the first one is this one. And this is the one I identified with them just saying the block. And that was the first one that they mentioned arriving in the area. Now he turned his phone off. We don't know if he turned his phone off before Albertson's. He had his phone on at the time. It was pinging there. He turned his phone off at 2:54 in the morning, or 2:53, I think. So 2:53 in the morning, he turned his phone off, and then he turned it back on again at 4:47 when he was near Blaine, and then it was kind of on the drive home, and then he was using his phone again, and then he turned it off, I believe, after 1:04. He turned his phone off because I think at that point he was going somewhere to, yeah. I think he was just at that point driving around to scout where he was going to put his weapons, or weapon and clothing and stuff. Because I think later at 5:32 to 5:36 he collected the items. This is just a theory, underneath that tree that was identified. And then he went and put it in its final resting place. Maybe a place that he could go collect it at a later date. Does that make sense, Jody? I think he turned it off, though, at like 1:04, like right after that. Probably right when he crossed back over from Washington. It'd be neat to know the exact time that his phone turned off again. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. All right, so let's take a look at it. Here we go. We got this one right here. And there it is. Look at all the snow on the ground there. And here he comes. I mean, it's just crazy. I've driven on this route 1,000 times. There it is. The White Elantra. I bet they worked backwards to get to this. That's crazy, though. So they got that one. And then, the lights dim. And then this is the next house, which is this one right here. So let's see what that looks like. I don't know, that's weird. It doesn't really... Oh, that's right. This is one of those weird ones. So the front of the house, I'm not even sure that's where the front of the house is. It might be down. So it's crazy. Watch the little bit of surveillance there is here. It's up here. Look at this. It's way up on the street here. So here we go. Thank you, Denise Miller. Okay, there it is. They just have the lights, and they know it's the car because it's right after the other vehicle drove by, and it's the only one that drove by. So there was lights up there from the vehicle. And that's all they had. Just that little bit. We were kind of wondering about that because it's so far down there. Here, let me try this again on here. Is this 3D? No. But I think that's it right there, I think. Like that. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's probably the driveway right here. Or the garage. And then those two, see how that roof back there and that one are a little offset? That's probably that. If the one on the lower, yep. The one down there is a little farther to the right, and that one, see, that's this and this. See that? So that's the angle. So the camera is like over here on this building. And man, that's crazy. So that camera actually just picks up the light as it's coming down. So there it is driving by. Then the next one is right here. Look at these nutty, just all the tiniest little thing. And that shows you, sorry, that something's connected to it. It's not, for some reason, it's connected to the mouse and not dropping it off. But look at this crazy, all it is just some little light that travels through there, but they're able to detect it. So it shows you that they know what the hell they're doing. Let me just zip it by there really quick. Yeah, it's just right there. Just that little tiny bit right there. And it's just right after the other one. So here, let's just play it. Right there. Oh, wow. You know what's crazy about that is you can literally almost tell it's an Elantra. That's wild. Let's do that again, slow-mo. Look at this. So you can see it over here. Look at this. Look over here to the right. See way over here in this little area? You can see it there first. Ah, Jesus. This isn't working. Let me go back over here. You're supposed to be able to do frame by frame. Hold on. Oh, it is moving. Let's just put it like this, if you guys can see that. How come that's not moving the video? It's weird. It's like it's frozen or something. All right. Now, so right in there, you can see it, the light. See right there? See that I'm going back and forth, that little light in there, and then it continues on, and then there we go. But look at that, man. You could actually tell that's an Elantra. I mean, almost, right? It's got the little side situation going on. I mean, the window shape. Can you see that? That's amazing that they found this little tiny clip. Look at that right there. That's crazy. Kohberger's in that car. That's probably almost their best shot right there, which is just amazing. Look at that. Ding, 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 ding. All right. And then looks like there's, I'm not sure, that's probably the back light passing by. And then, so that's all there is on that one. Then it goes by, so let's just take a look at where that camera shot was from first. So look at that, it's way down there, and it's on this house. So yeah, it must be on the side. Yeah, right down here, kind of filming that direction, and then up the driveway. This is obviously a driveway that goes out to the street there. That's this thing, and it films it coming by right there. Thank you, Mushy Mystic. Right, and then from there, he drives all the way around like this, comes out on Steiner Avenue, drives down like this, and then crosses this intersection right here. There's a camera, almost exactly where I have this pin, ironically, which picks up the vehicle going through the intersection. And guess what, you guys? That's the shot that shows it's missing its front license plate, not the Ridge Road camera footage that they seem to imply in some documents. But that's the shot. And they mentioned that early on. We always said that, if you remember. Thank you, Pammy. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really thought of that. SBA, I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool to already be there and be ready when he shows up with some other sort of a weapon, I guess. But let's see. So here's that little gas pump. Let's take a look and see from right over here. Or it's not a gas pump. It's like a, yeah, so boom. That's just right here. That's what we're looking at. And it's going to be the one on this one. Of course, it's, yeah, almost this exact shot. Look at that. Just a little bit up behind. And then see there's a crosswalk right there. And that's what this is. And in a moment, you'll see the Elantra driving through the intersection. And this is the one where they saw that it was missing a front plate. There it is. How come it just they don't really, oh yeah, I guess maybe it's a motion activated one. But there it is. Let me see, is this video too big? Let me see if I can... No, that's it. That's all there is in that clip. Thanks, Pammy. But look at that, you guys. No license plate. That's the clip, see? The image they gave us sucked. Okay, but right there, when you're moving it, you can see that there's no license plate. Right? There it is. Kohberger's vehicle had no license plate. Can I get a boom? All right, you guys? I don't. It must be. Let me see if there's there's no time code on this, though. But the timing they have is right at like 3:28 something. And I don't know why. It must be either motion activated or something, because it just sort of appears there. Now the conspiracy theorists will say, "Oh, it's a government operation." All right, but look at that. There's no plate there. See that? Ding, ding, ding. Well, let me get my mouse out of the way. You guys always want that big mouse on there. Thank you, CR. Hey, by the way, I'm supposed to be on Ashley Banfield at 7 or 10 o'clock Eastern time. This is my, I mean, this is stuff, this is one of, this case right here is always one of my top 2 or 3 interesting cases out there. But look at that, you guys. Here, let me zoom in even more. You know, this just absolutely shows he doesn't have a front plate on there. See that? No plate. Back and forth. All right, you got it? Sweet. Yeah, I'm going to do what? So there's that one. Oh yeah, and these are the new ones too. Look, see. Now we've got just down the street, for people following the case would know exactly where this was. So here we go. We go up in the air, and then right over here, just like I told you guys. I mean, this is exactly what I said. That there's a camera on the front of this building, and there's a camera on this side. How many times have I said that? And people go, "That's not true, Gray. You don't know what you're talking about." All right, but you see that right there? That's the street in front, and then it goes, that right down over there is where the A&W is, where we just saw that surveillance from. See, it's right there. It came through this intersection. Then this camera picks it up. And so you'll see the car driving by right there. See, there it is. There is the white Elantra. You see it, and it's missing a front plate. See, that's the thing that's beautiful about this. Right there, we know that that car is missing a front plate because it just drove by the A&W camera. And see, that's what Ann Taylor was being dishonest about. And also, we thought that this camera was the one that picked it up at 4 o'clock and 4:01. That's what they told us. That's when it got that great shot of the missing plate. But that isn't true. It's the A&W camera when it arrives into the area. That means the Elantra that they're following is Kohberger's car, identifiable as Kohberger's car the whole time. All right, so let's just zoom in over here like this. Did that have audio on it? A little bit? Let me try that again. Huh, I guess it did. And there it is. That's the same, literally within seconds after that intersection, and that's the same make and model. Well, Gray, there's 5,000 of them. Really? So the other one turned and another one came in? They're playing musical chairs with a white Elantra? All right. Then, obviously, this is the camera on the side of the building. And look at it. It picks it up. See that? I mean, I told you guys, this is exactly what I was saying. It's crazy. But look how neat this is. So as it's making that turn that I've driven a million times, watch this. It comes around, and you make this turn, and look at, you can see the tail lights of it all the way to the end almost. It's driving, 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 driving. And then when it gets to the end, it's going to take a left. All right? And that is just like this. So what we just saw, that camera must be right on the corner here, filming it. And it goes by and then up and around like that, up to the top. And then eventually up here it takes a left. Hey, look at that. CR, 16 months. Right. Yeah, this stuff right here is why Koberger knew he was toast. And the DNA on the knife sheath. I mean, just look at that. Yeah, it goes, that's that little turn that we just saw. And it must be kind of a really wide angle lens because it looks like, let's see. Let's see if we can sort of see where that little opening is. Yeah, I just think we're looking about like this. Comes by, goes up, and slightly looks like it's turning right. So that's what we're seeing in this shot here. See that? And then this is one we've seen. And guess what, you guys? I think the 1320 Linda Lane camera is missing that time frame. It just is. Because they did not have that as part of the clips. I might ask to try to get that time frame from like 5:30, or not 5:30, from 3:30 to 4:05. See if they have it. Because there should be, the vehicle should drive by there at 4 o'clock. But that's the one we've already seen. But look how amazing this is. So now the vehicle's right there. And so all we have right here, it's missing a front plate. A camera picks it up right here. And then it follows it to there. Then this camera picks it up here. So we're to believe at 3:30 in the morning another Elantra just sort of popped in and he drove somewhere else. I mean, give me a break. They also released all of the different Linda Lane footage, but I didn't add it in there. I put this in here, though, because I thought this was interesting. This is the the Paradise Drive camera. And so this one is at 3:35. So this would be after he had already gone to the house one time and then exited, came back behind, like, okay, I'll show you on here. I got too much crap on here. So after he does come in here, drives around like this. I don't know if you can see the mouse on the screen, but he came around like this. And he sat back here for about a minute or so. Then he leaves, comes out, and then he drives around up here and comes down all the way over here. It's on Willanta Drive, and then makes his way to Paradise. And on that first pass, it turns right. And we don't know where it went because there's a whole bunch of missing time, like 2 or 3 minutes. And then it shows back up on camera over here, but it doesn't take that long to drive there. So he could have just parked over here. We don't know. All right, so it comes down and turns. So that's what we're looking at right here. So this is how I would present it in court. Just this slow and methodically, but it would still maintain interest. Like, see, this is where he went now. Here he comes, and this is... They have 2 cameras on that house, by the way. Look at that. I mean, that is just crystal clear. That's the Elantra, everybody. Look at that. That's so awesome to have this. I'm almost giddy. This is what I've been waiting for. And look, it's driving down the street, and then somehow it disappears for a while. Let's see. I think these 2 are out of order. Yeah. Okay, hold on a second. Let me move this over there for a second. Why is it not letting me grab there. Right there, and then like that. Okay. So what it is the other camera is filming it. You don't see it very well, but what this is right here. So underneath there's got to be a camera underneath there that's filming, and it can kind of see the lights of the vehicle and coming out. That's what we're looking at right there. See, let's see, what is this, like a wood deck or something? Let's see if we can see that. It feels like it's over here, but yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe it's right there. Okay, there's a tree in the grass in the yard. So yeah, I think it's just back there. Yeah, I can see it's like this truck bed here, but it looks like it's facing outwards this time. You know, it's the same truck, it looks like this truck, but I think it's backed in over here somewhere. But anyways, that's where that camera shot's coming from. And you can see it. Like, here comes the car. There's the Elantra. I mean, you can see that's even an Elantra. I mean, look at how amazing that is, you guys. Look at that. I mean, that's an Elantra. And this is a motion-activated camera. So it does lurch right there a little bit. But there it is. See that? And then, after it right when it drives by there, so the timing on this would be, that's 3:35:18. And then this is 3:35:08. Let's see. So let's just 3:35:13. Yeah, that's crazy. Because look, there's the other truck. Another vehicle. But this is over on the right, facing back to the left. See, there's one, the bigger tree, and then that one. So it's probably maybe that tree. And yeah, there he is. So that tree right there is this one. This one is that one. And this tree is this one. So 1, 2, 3 trees. So that means this one, this camera is up in there somewhere. Right, is that it right there even? I don't know. Kind of looks like that could be a camera. But that's definitely where it's coming from. Going that direction. Look at that. It's just... boom. Drives by. So those are both in order right there. And then... oh, look how much clearer that shot is later. I mean, that's just... you can easily see that. How come that one's... I guess it's the same here. That looks so dark, but now it's bright. There's like a little shed there. Let me see. I mean, the street view is from... what year is that? Well, this is August of this year. That's crazy. I mean, this is from a month ago, this footage, so who knows what it was like before. That truck's still there. Got that. And that, I mean, let's just look at that again. I mean, that's the white Elantra. Drives by. And then this camera picks it up passing there, but it's overlapping, so you want to keep as much as you can of each. So there it is right there. Drives away. All right. And then we have this one's later at 3:43. This is some of the other time, but I think this is the U-turn time. See, look how it goes to the left. And they think it does a U-turn because it shows back up over on Willanta Drive behind 1119 King Road. Oh, you can see it. Ah, you can see it on the reflection of the roof of the vehicle. I mean, that is the craziest shit you've ever seen. Look at that. Look at how awesome that is. Watch this. So here comes the car coming down on the left side of the road. That's the Elantra. And then watch the roof of that car. As it makes its way up the hill, it starts lighting the top of it. Man, that is freaking cool right there. So what we're looking at, so what the car did was it came down like this, and that camera's picking up the lighting, and the angle is why they're able to see it. Comes down and it comes back up this direction. And I think just a couple minutes later or so, we'd have to go back through, but the headlights are seen heading north right here on Willanta Drive, so they know it came back up that way. Man, that's so cool. And then this clip is from 3:48. Does the same thing, if I remember right. You can almost see the side of the Elantra, how it has that little molded spot. Now let's see. It should also light the top of the car here in a second. And there it is, as it goes back up the hill. That is so cool. Alright, now we got some more here. So this is 4:01. And so this is after the DoorDash driver was still in that area. Koberger did not go back into the area and drove by, could see that they were still there, and then went this direction. And that footage should be on this Linda Lane camera, but it's not. It wasn't mentioned in the documents. However, people only requested what was in the documents. So I think to put this all to rest, I'm gonna need to order the 5:30, or shoot, I keep saying 5:30, the 3:30 to 4:05 time frame, or just even to 4, right? I guess 4:02 I'd probably throw in there. But anyways, he drives this direction, and then he goes backwards for the first time. He literally drives around like this, comes around. Now I would think that they would have, well, it wouldn't. I don't know if it would pick up the motion, but it should have the top, that same reflection on top of the car when it did the U-turn. But I think what happened, they don't have it, and the reason they don't have it is because the camera here picked it up when it went this direction. It got that part in there, that motion activated portion, but when it turned this direction, that amount of light would not have set off the motion activation. So when the car came in like this and turned, it wasn't enough to set off the motion activated camera on this house. Does that make sense? Right. Does that make sense to you guys, what I just said? See, when you go back and you look at the one where it's doing the U-turn here, see, right, this is enough. See, right there, boom. See, even right there, that green box. You see that? The green box, and then you see the car do the turn up there on the roof. So later on, when the car comes back, you'll see this portion, but that wasn't enough to set off the motion activation. It's just this. So look at that light set off this whole area here. The green box is when motion activation is detected. Or motion's detected, and then that's showing you where it was detected. So see that? Boom. And then the light on top of the car, that's all you would see after the vehicle drove by. So like what I'm saying is when it's up here, and it drove by there, it came all the way back around and turned here, the same reflection shows up on that car, but it wasn't enough to set off the motion sensor. Hey, thanks, Allie Cake. Yeah. All right, so that's there. And so what we're looking at now is after the DoorDash driver is there and he drove around. He should have been on that camera, but he's not. Goes this direction, down, and then takes a right. And now we have a footage from right here and the only footage of it driving by right in front of the house. Okay? So we do have that. And that's coming up. You know, you'd think there'd be more people watching this, you know? It's crazy. I just can't get into the algorithms, man. I have no idea. Okay, so there it is. It's going to start up here. It's going backwards from the earlier video. This is at 4:01:36. There it is, the Elantra. Then it turns. You can even see it's got its brake lights on, right? He's coming around the corner. He's going to take that right. So he is coming down right there, and he's just about to turn. Right there. Maybe we should try to time this. Let's see, this 4:01:02. 4:01:40. 38, 39, 40. Hey, we'll go to 41. Cut out the rest. And then over here. All right. But this is what it would look like if you synced up the time. So here we go. Here comes the car around that corner, going pretty quick. He wants to get back. He's ready. He's ready to go. And makes the turn, and here it comes. And there, look at that. I mean, clear as day. That's the one that they identified it as a 2014 to 2016 Elantra. All right, so if you're out there watching, you guys, if you have the ability to help support the channel, we have to buy these videos and take a lot of our time trying to find and get to the right people to get the information. And as you can see, hardly anybody's even watching this. So if you have the ability to help support the channel, that would be awesome. We got the super chats, the super thanks. You can gift channel memberships to other people who don't have them. That would be awesome. But the channel relies on you guys. Look at that. I mean, look. And by the way, you can see the fin in the back really easily on this one. Look at that. That's probably the clearest video of the Elantra. Yeah, we need the support though. Let's see. Yeah. So look, there's a 2015 white Elantra. Now the fin, it just looks bigger because the, what do you call it? The shutter is open. It's not a quick shutter speed, but it is color. This is not night vision right here. This is not a night vision camera. It is a color camera, and you see the red. And because of that, it's filming. It has kind of a slower shutter speed to get more light in there. All right, so that would extend, it sort of extends things. Like, see how at the end there's a little bit of blur. That's what we have here. So that fin is really much smaller looking, but you can see it. There. All right, Chelsea Eisen. Thanks for your great info, Greg. Hey, thank you. And welcome, Patty Jensen. Right, well, there it goes. So, man, I'm almost going to have to put together a whole new video where I put all the surveillance together. Yeah, that's crazy. Jesus. I mean, you combine all this with the 111 or the 1112 King Road footage. We're doing the Brian Koberger case, Christopher Henry. This is a case that happened on November 13th, 2022 in Moscow, Idaho, where there were 4 college students. They enjoyed their evening out, partying. They came home at varying times. And a psycho named Brian Koberger, who was a kind of a would-be, wannabe serial killer. That's why it's kind of an interesting case. He's just, he was infatuated or something with one of the people in there, went inside the house, found that person, one of the roommates. They were both in the same bed together because they're just buddies, they were goofing around, making phone calls, and fell asleep. And he ends up killing both of them. And then one of the other roommates came up and noticed him and then chased them down the stairs and killed her, and then killed her boyfriend. And he had a K-bar knife, much like Danny Rolling. Absolutely just stabbed him over and over and over again. Just a monster barbarian. And during the fight with one of the first victims, Madison Mogan and Kaylee Gonzalez, he left a knife sheath on the bed, and the knife sheath turned out later that it had his DNA on it. Now, there's people, I speculate that he left the knife sheath there intentionally as a calling card, because the knife sheath apparently only had one single source of DNA, and it was on the button snap. Apparently there was other blood on it, though, from the victim, so I don't know what's more likely or not, but it led to using genetic genealogy, rapidly done, led to the identification of Brian Koberger. When they arrested him, he was in his kitchen wearing gloves, separating his trash. That's what a lot of innocent people do, of course. Yeah, he's in the white car there. We can't see his face, but I'll show you him, though. Later that same day, by the way, he's right here. I mean, look at this. That's him later in the day over in Clarkston, Washington. So this is at, what time is this? I have it right at the beginning. 12:33 here. And so the murders happened at 4 in the morning. He came home and took a selfie at 10:30 at some point. And then he came back out and, he's driving around. We don't know what he's doing. I think he's trying to scout around where to dump his weapon. But there he is right there. Is that crazy or what? How was that for a quick summarization? I mean, it wasn't the greatest in the world, but, I could have went through and get all the names of the victims are Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. It's been a huge national story, a world story, really, for 2 years. He just pled guilty like a couple months ago. But there's the same kind of conspiracy nutters as the, Charlie Kirk shooting. They think this guy's innocent, and it's just absolutely ludicrous, Unbelievably, I mean, just, it's so obvious. It's unbelievable. So, there you go. No, I understand. Yeah, I'm still doing the Charlie Kirk case. It's just, I'd like to get some more surveillance and stuff like that. I could do more debunking videos, I guess. Yeah, well, I think a lot of people are just willfully ignorant. I think that's the best term you can use. Oh, yeah, we got some more here. I forgot. Which one is this? Is that the same one? Oh, that's when he came in. All right. Wait, which one is this? Oh wait, that's right. I forgot. This is back in Pullman here. So this is the footage we didn't have a while ago. I forgot. All right, so this is Pullman here. I think I'm actually missing one clip in this. I think there's one more here. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Bishop. Yeah. And the other one is not Bishop. That's... Yeah, that's... I guess that is Bishop. I think it goes like this. All right, so this is like 5:30 in the morning. These clips here. And so that's way over here. And I'm gonna have to turn this on for a second. I think it's right here. Yeah. So this camera right there is filming. Yeah, it's so interesting because there's a camera. He's on this road right there, and there's a this building has a surveillance camera on it. I think it's that one. Let me go down to Street View. Or was it the one right back? I think it's this one back here, this one. So that building has surveillance footage on it. Right here, this one. Yeah, and that's at 5:25 in the morning as he's coming back this long route that doesn't make any sense. And then he comes over here and he goes this direction, and then the camera over here pretty much picks up all of that. You know, the lights of it, and then it coming this direction like this. So I think you can see it back there. See right back there, those lights? Let's see. Let's just see if that's right. It's pretty much going to be the only car out there, you would think. Oh, there it is. Oh, and then it turned. Oh, man, that's amazing. That's exactly what you want. So it goes like that, and then it turns to the right. Let's see if that makes sense. Look at that. Absolutely right. Look at this. It goes like this, and then goes... You see that? Look at it. Watch. It drives by right like this, and then goes like that. Boom. Now keep that in your mind, what we just saw. And look at that. It's going to do that. Here we go. It's going like that. And then it turns to that main road there, and then boom to the right. That's so cool. Hey, thanks, Christopher Henry. And then here it comes driving by. I mean, look at that. Is that? And look at that. No front plate. Jeez, he's freaking toast, man. They never mentioned that. They never mentioned that that's one shows he doesn't have a... Look how clear that is. How come we never heard that one? Lisa Valenzuela, look at this. No front plate on that one coming by this. Oh, look at that clear shot right there with no motion blur of any kind. There is absolutely no license plate there. That's clearer than the other one. But the other one places him in the area at that time. So when they've... As soon as they would have linked these two together, I mean, it just would have blown it away. Oh, man. God. You know, at trial, they would have said, well, look, here's another... Your vehicle is here, too. It's also missing a front plate. It's coming back into... So this right here verifies that it's the same vehicle, connecting it also with the pinging of his phone as it drove around. Wow. Look at that. I didn't even see that earlier. I didn't even really have time to look at it. But that is crystal clear. Look at... And that's not even... Yeah, it's right there, that other lighting. Just like right in there. No license plate. No license plate. That's probably the best one right there. Yeah, I would say that that shot right there, this one, that's one I would like. I would have freeze framed it and said, here you go, book it. Anyway, so there it goes. It drives by, and then as it drives by, another camera picks it up going the other direction. So there it is right there. I wonder what the time on that. Doesn't have it. Yeah, that's it. There's no time code on that one. But there it is. And that's Pullman back there. And let's see. They always say that you can see it. So you can actually see it go around a corner. And does it do anything after that? Interesting. So if we were looking at that shot. Yeah, it's actually, this is the building with the camera on it right here. So we see it drive by, and it does make that turn. Let's just look at that again. Yeah, so it drives by, and then it goes to the right. And so that's probably, you can see it does the right, so the camera is probably something like that. See that? So it goes up and around to the right. And then that's what takes him right back into... And then from there, he probably would have taken a left. I wonder if they continue to play that. Let's see. He has to wait for a light, though, on this one. Let's see. Ah, it ran out. Doesn't really matter, but you see it go that direction, and obviously it would have taken a left and then gone up like that, or could have came further around and, you know, made its way back a different way. We don't know. All right, I think I have one more clip. Gotta try to find it. Oh, there it is. All right. This one's one. This is something we weren't even close to ever seeing. This is at 9 something in the morning. Let's see. I think it says it right there. 9:12:58. That same A&W, and apparently, let's see. God, that wasn't it right there, was it? That little weird blink? Well, there's a car there. Let me see if that is better than that. There it is. I guess that was just like an error. You can see they're using a software program. There it is right there. So that's Koberger's vehicle coming back into Moscow, Idaho. That's the vehicle showing back up just 5 hours after the murders. And coming back to sort of be in the area. Maybe he's trying to get a feel for the police presence or something. But that's it, right there. See? Wait, can you see on this one if it's... I mean, that one looks like you can tell it's missing a plate, too. Look at that. So now you have him coming back in, the phone ping matches, and he's missing a front plate. That's crazy. All right, any chance we can get the support up for the channel in here tonight? Thank you, Christopher, Henry, and Carolina in there. I might try to come back on after being on Ashley Banfield, but Look at that right there. Man, wouldn't that be cool if you could, if it was just a little clear, you could literally look in there and see. Let's see. Yeah, that's the car, yeah. We just went over the whole thing. Yeah, go back and watch it. You'll find it really interesting, Adriana. I mean, this is probably a really key thing here. Is this is when he comes back at 5:30 back into Pullman right here. And it also shows that he's missing a front plate while he's coming back in. See this? Look at that. Watch. No front plate. So that's like when he makes his way all the way around that crazy route that he takes home. He doesn't have a plate. And in that car right now is Brian Koberger. And he's just killed an hour before that 4 people. Isn't that weird? He's just in that car driving around. What do you mean, did I buy a new... No, I didn't buy it. What are you talking about, Laura? Jesus. Where do you guys come up with these weird comments? They're just... thank you, Ray, for all your work. Hey, thanks. No problem. I think I'll have to put it all together now. Entry because they have a no creeps allowed. Yeah, he definitely had some nice birthing hips himself. You got to give him credit for that. You know, especially like, look at that. When he waddles in, you know, that's... Let's see if we can get that one. Yeah, there you go. And, yeah. Yes. Laura, I went out and bought a whole new visor just to be on Ashley Banfield. No, I've got the same one. Have you looked into... No, I haven't. I'm not just so uninterested in that. You know, I mean, I looked into it a little bit. You know, I know the case. It's like, okay, there was a dismembered body of somebody he knew in the trunk of his car. He hasn't been arrested for some reason. And that's really kind of where it all ends. There's just nothing to look into. There's no documents. There's nothing. It just sucks. Probably has something to do with trafficking or something. I don't think he looks disheveled. I think he just looks like, you know. Kind of holding that hand strangely. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a natural anything there. Like, it really tightly kind of, you know, it's just odd. See that? Almost like he's holding something in there. is going to freak out when they see the video. Maybe. I mean, I'm sure they knew that I'm sure they remember already. Plus, their face isn't really on there. Yeah, man, it's crazy, you guys. You know, what's the deal? I mean, we had one person earlier who did a really big support, but it'd be great to get support from everybody else, because we spent a lot of time on trying to get these documents, and I did give them to Plunder as well, so hopefully she'll put those out there at some point. Yeah, we're kind of, like, she gets something, we just sort of share what we're doing. But I would appreciate your guys' support. If you like the videos that we're doing and putting out this information, these channels need your support to do it. And we're sitting here, and a lot of you are just like, yeah, just let me see it. Yeah, just let me see it. And it'd be great if you were actually helping support the channel. You know, maybe just hit that like button, do something. We also got, hey, thanks Debbie Gunn for the PayPal. Yeah. I was just Plunger sent me a message. Anyways, doesn't that work, you guys? I do the shows, you guys support the channel. Excited that the Proburger's green car fallacy has been fully debunked. Oh, they won't admit it. They won't admit it. They'll say it was a different car. But now we actually have the vehicle 3 times without a front plate. 3 times. When it shows up in the area originally at 12, let's see, hold on, 220 or 328. My God, my brain, I'm so on to other cases, right? So at 328, and then again at 525, and then again at 912. All 3 times. You can see doesn't have a front license plate. Okay. Wow, you guys, disappointing. All right, I'm gonna take off. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Let's see. Hopefully you found it interesting. We had Nate Campbell, Debbie Gunn, then Alley Cake, Mushy Mystic, Kay Miller did a double cat eye, then also a double cat eye gifted membership. Other than that, we had very little support at all. We had Rockin' Effin' Roll, Wild Bill Lossman, then we had Jody H, Denise Miller, Mushy Mystic, then Hammy, CR gifted 5, Michelle H, then CR has been a member for 16 months, then Alley Cake again, Chelsea Eisen, Patty Jensen, Ellen, Christopher Henry, and then Carolina and Ashley Ferrist. All right. Well, there you go, everybody. He didn't have a membership. Yeah, of course he didn't have a membership. Thanks for being here. We'll see you guys later. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. I might come back on later after being on Ashley's show. Ashley Banfield. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector. Plug rejector, I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Grayl's gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all, just remember I've a temple fucking check ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you later. Oh, see you guys later.